Okay, I never thought I'd be making this video on YouTube, on my channel, but here I am, about to tell you guys my worst travel experience of my entire life traveling. And it's been exactly 30 days since I was robbed. Actually, today's the anniversary. But it was a real shitty experience, and I've never thought that it would happen to me. On August 4th, 2021, I was cycling in North Kuta, Bali, Indonesia, on Jalan Batu Belik Street. It was around 8 p.m. and I was trying to get back to my guest house, which was about maybe, I don't know, maybe 4 miles away from where I was. And as I was cycling, I see a motorcycle come up to me real close on my right hand side. And for those of you who don't know, in Indonesia, you drive on your left hand side. So as they were coming up to me, I'm thinking to my head, why are they driving up to me so close? And the next thing I remember is like I feel like a touch on my back, like my shoulder. I feel somebody touch me from behind, and around my neck I had a bag which had valuables in there, like my phone, my cards, my wallet. There was another guy right behind him sitting on a motorcycle, so there was two of them on one motorcycle. And before I know it, the dude that was behind him, he unclipped my bag that I was carrying around my neck. Everything happened so fast, so quick. They eventually, with ease, so easily unclipped my bag from behind me, and then it took off. Now this was done very professionally. They knew what they were doing. They obviously targeted me. They were keeping an eye on me while I was cycling. Maybe they had a few phone calls with someone, letting them know like, hey, there's this person riding a bicycle in this area. You know, let's maybe see if we can get something from him, right? And everything happened so quick. They either, as I was cycling, after they took my bag, they either tried to push me over, or I tried to jump on the second dude that got my bag, which I was not successful. I ended up eating shit on the ground, and I ended up injuring myself. I scratched my legs, I scratched my ankle and my arm, and I also injured my right shoulder in the process of trying to jump on them. And as I was on the ground, right, all I kept thinking in my head, like, shit, I just got robbed. I have nothing. My phone is gone, my wallet is gone, my money is gone, my cards are gone too. They have it all. I was still processing because I could not believe I just got jumped while cycling in Indonesia. And magically, literally 10 seconds later, as I was trying to gather my bike, as I was trying to hop on my bike, this girl, she's a local girl, she drives up to me on the scooter and stops, and then she tells me, hop my scooter, let's go catch them. And at the same time, I'm thinking in my head, you just got robbed. This girl appears out of nowhere on the scooter and tells me to hop on her scooter to try to catch them. And I'm thinking like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So because I don't know if she was working with them or if she was maybe genuinely trying to help me, but I don't know. I just got robbed. I don't know what to think. I can't really trust anybody, just my own instincts, right? So I did not hop on her scooter to go and try and catch them, because if I did, she might have, and if she was working with him, she might have taken me to a place that I would not want to be. They could have maybe finished me off right there and then, to get something out of me, you know, just to make sure maybe did they take everything from me or not. So she left. I hop on my bike. The front of my bike is broken, and I start cycling as fast as I could. At this point, I'm cycling maybe 20 or 30 minutes from the time I was robbed. And I tried to get to my place, but I didn't know where I was going, because I usually, when I had no phone, I could not look at the maps where I was going, and I was not familiar with the area. And I just kept cycling, and I eventually ended up cycling to a dead end. There were no more roads, and I saw one local house where I stopped, and then I asked them to borrow their phone because I wanted to know where I should be going to reach my guest house. At this point, I'm looking at the map, and it's maybe like 5 or 6 kilometers away from where I should be. And I explained the locals. I explained the locals in English that I just got robbed, and they didn't really understand. So then I showed them, like, listen, I just got robbed. My bag from behind me was unclipped, and they took off. And then I showed them like my arm, my ankles, everything. And I mean, not everything, but and so they were very nice enough to offer me a ride to my guest house. Long story short, we make it to my guest house. I spoke to one of the workers that works at the front office in my hotel, and I explained to him what happened, the situation, and he was the only one that was working there, and I had to go to the police station, right? And asked him if he could give me a ride to the police station, because I think the police station was maybe 3 or 2 kilometers away from where I was staying. And the thing is, he could not leave the guest house because he was the only one that was working there. So eventually he agreed to give me a ride, and so we leave the guest house. I hop on this motorcycle and we drive fast. I don't think I've ever experienced that speed before on a motorcycle in Indonesia, but we were going fast to the police station. So I get dropped off at the police station, and I go into the inside of the office. And for those of you who don't know, the police in Indonesia do not speak English. If you maybe meet one police officer in Indonesia that speaks English, where you can understand each other, it's like a miracle, you know, because nobody speaks English. So they told me to wait outside for maybe, I don't know how long I waited for, maybe 10 or 15 minutes. And then as I'm waiting, I see this dude who was a local, covered with all tattoos, but he spoke perfect English, and with him was another guy who was Arabic. I'm 80% sure. Maybe he's from Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria, because there's a lot of people from Middle East and or North African countries in Bali, in Europe and Australia, from everywhere. I asked him, like, listen, I just got robbed. I lost everything. I have no money, no wallet, no phone, nothing. I got nothing on me. The only thing I have is a pair of shorts and my t-shirt. And the reason why I asked him his help was because I needed a translator for the police officers, because they don't speak English. They don't understand anything that I would tell them, because I had to have a translator with me. And so then he tells me that, you know, let me take care of this guy, and then after I'm finished, I'll help you out, or maybe we can set something, or we could set something up for tomorrow morning. So he gives me his contact info, and I said, okay, no problem. So I'm leaving police station, and I'm walking back to my hotel. And maybe after a 5-minute walk, I stop and I tell myself, no, I'm gonna go back to the police station, because I gotta take care of this shit and file a stupid police report, which will not even help. But still, I had to do it. You know, I had to report it. So I walk back to the police station, and the dude that I spoke to maybe like 30 minutes earlier walks out with the guy that he was with. I asked him, listen, is there any way you can help me out with translating right now? So he's like, yeah, bro, come in, let's do this. So we go inside. I show him where I was robbed, and then as I was sitting with him, he tells me, listen, bro, if you need me to help you, I need money. And I'm like, shit. Like 30 minutes ago, I just told him, or like maybe 40 minutes ago, I just told him that I got robbed of everything. Like no phone, no money, no cards. Okay. And he's like, yeah, bro, if you don't got no money, yeah, I can't help you. Sorry. It is what it is, you know? He tells me like, you know, I'm working out here. It's like, it's late. And, you know, I gotta get paid, something like that. You gotta eat. Which I understand. But, I mean, damn, yeah, that was cold. Like, if somebody gets robbed in the US that don't know how to speak English, or if somebody gets robbed in Ukraine, or and they need a person to help them translate, like, I would never, ever ask them for money, especially if you get robbed. That is just cold, ruthless, unkind. That's very, yeah. Like, I mean, if I see a person who's like genuine and he needs translation in English, Russian, Ukrainian, and they don't know the system, they're in a new country, I would help them. I would help them out. I would help them out. But it is what it is. So money is everything in Indonesia. You get in trouble, money will take care of you, and probably everywhere around the world. Okay, everyone. So after I get back from the police station to my guest house, the first thing I do is I go back to my room. I reach out to someone in Malaysia. She's actually Indonesian, but she lives and works in Malaysia. And I told her what happened to me. You know, I told her what happened to me. I lost everything, my wallet, my money, no phone, and she wanted to help me right away. Okay, and I was very hesitant. I did not want her to help me, but she really talked me into it, and she helped me out a lot within that weekend. If it was not for her, I probably would have been homeless for the next 4 or 5 days. And so she ended up booking the same place where I was staying at for the next three nights. She ordered me food deliveries to my room, and she even sent me money. And not only that, she even bought me a plane ticket from Bali to Jakarta, where I needed to go. And after that, the second person I reached out to was a family member, and I asked to borrow money for a plane ticket to leave Jakarta to go to where I needed to be going. Okay. And also for my PCR test, because that cost money too, like $60 to get a PCR test taken before you fly out Indonesia. They were the only two individuals that helped me, and then the most embarrassing part for me was receiving help from someone. You know, I'm not that type of a person that I ask for help. Like, I've been on my own since I was 18 years old. I lived on my own since I was 18 years old. And it was very embarrassing for me. It was shameful to be in the position that I was at, and to be asking for this help, and to be getting this help. And if not for those two people, I don't know what I'd be doing there in Indonesia, because I have no family, I have no friends, I have nobody there. I'm there by myself. It's like you. I don't know which country you're watching this from video, but if you're let's say you're from Europe, right? Or if you're from Indonesia or Southeast Asia, and you go to Africa, right? And you get robbed in Africa by dudes on a motorcycle. Who do you go to? Who do you speak to? You have nobody. Like, what will you do in Africa by yourself? Same thing happened with me there in Indonesia. I had nobody. So they really saved me. They really saved me. And I've also had people reach out to me on Instagram, on Facebook, and my friends reached out to me as well. They asked me, listen, do you need any help? Do you need me to send something for you? And I told them, no, I don't need anything. I'm okay. I'm okay, because it was already embarrassing for me to receive money and help from those two people. And that's that. So whoever reached out to me on Instagram or Facebook, thank you. You know who you are. you know who you are. I appreciate it very much, but I'm not that type of a person who will ask for donations after what happened to me. No. So long story short, the next morning, I get ready to go to the police station, but I did not have a translator. So I asked somebody at the guest house, a receptionist, to help me out, and she took me to the police station, and she drove me there. We spoke to the police officer, and she was able to translate everything for me, everything that was in this report. She offered me her help. She didn't ask for anything, and she really helped me out with the translation. Once we get to the police station, we sit inside the office while a police officer writes up the report, and the officer or the detective asked my translator, so what type of a phone did they take from him? And then she tells me, and then I tell her S20, and then she tells him S20, and he just starts laughing. But I think he was laughing not because it's funny that I got robbed, but because it's a nice phone. It's like a $900 phone. And to be honest with you, if you guys file a police report in Indonesia, this doesn't do anything. This makes no difference. But I had to do it. I had to file something, you know. But this will not be. They're not gonna catch them. They're not gonna catch them. Theft crime is thriving in Bali, in Indonesia. Once we finished filing a police report, we ride back to the guest house, and I kept telling the girl, and I told the girl, thank you very much for your help. I'm really sorry, I don't have anything on me, but I still had my bike, so I'm thinking, like, what can I give her? So I ended up giving her my bike away for free, even though it was already broken. The front, the back also was cracked, but maybe she could have sold it to somebody that can fix it up or something, or maybe get some money out of it, I don't know. But I ended up giving her my bike away because I really felt bad for not giving her, you know, anything for her assistance. And she did it for free for me, you know. She did it for free. She didn't ask for any money. So that's what happened to me, everybody. A week later, I was leaving Indonesia. I never in my life thought that I would be robbed like this while cycling on a bicycle. Okay, I never felt danger in Indonesia. I never felt like somebody's after me, but it was just a very shocking experience. And it's not that I was afraid of what happened to me. It was just a disturbing feeling how two cowards in Bali would rob somebody like that while cycling. Like, who does that? You gotta be a real coward to do that, you know? Like, this was just the worst experience I've ever experienced in my life. And I cannot believe this happened to me. And the thing is, guys, a lot of my viewers have told me, listen, Artem, once you get to Bali, Indonesia, you know, things are different over there. It's not like it was before. And there will be robberies, there will be thefts, and I did not take it serious. Like, although I was careful everywhere I was going, I never felt danger. I never felt danger, and I should have been more careful. I should probably not have been cycling at 8 p.m. in the evening by myself. And I should have done more research on Indonesia, in Bali, because for those of you who haven't been there before, after I started reading thefts and watching videos on YouTube in Bali, this shit happens very, very often. This shit happens on a daily basis. They even break into your villas in Indonesia, your home. They break in all the time. And tourists get robbed of their phones, their wallets, their cameras. I'm gonna show you a video on YouTube. There was a lady that was walking down the street with someone, and there was a motorcycle that was driving by next to her, and he ripped her bag from her hand and just took off. So these thieves in Bali are everywhere. You have to be very careful, guys. You gotta be very, very careful. You need to be alert on everywhere, because even when you feel that you're safe, you're not safe. And I'm not trying to brag about this, but I've been to over 26 countries, and I've been to some far dangerous places than that area where I was cycling. Far more dangerous areas around the world. I've been to North America, all over Europe, Middle East, Southeast Asia, and I never thought this shit would happen to me in my life. I never did. I'm not here to put a bad reputation on Indonesia and Bali in general. I'm just sharing my own experience of what happened to me, and I need you guys to be very, very careful when you do come here. The island is very beautiful. There's a lot to see, a lot to do. Very kind people here in Indonesia, very kind. I don't want these two coward thieves to prevent you from traveling to Bali and enjoy your holiday there, because it is a tourist island, and 4 million tourists do come there per year. Before pandemic, they come there, and the island thrives in tourism. They have nothing else, just tourism. Okay, so the island is in need of tourists. They need to survive. But if you guys do come to Bali, Indonesia, or anywhere in the world, anywhere, not just Indonesia or Southeast Asia, just be very, very careful where do you go. If you're going somewhere by yourself, who you speak to, who you're with, be always careful what type of information that you give out to people. And because a lot of people in Southeast Asia ask you, oh, where do you stay? Where do you stay? Do you stay there? Do you stay there? Do you need a ride? Because that's how they get to you. They get to know you, and when the right time comes, they they take care of you in their own professional way. And so just be careful, because you never know. They might be watching you. They might be studying you. What time you go? Where you go? What time you come back? Are you by yourself? Are you with somebody? You know, always be cautious with that. Around the whole world, be on alert at all times, and keep your real private shit next to you, where nobody else can take it from you. Don't have a bag around your neck and go cycling at 8 p.m. like Asian travels did, where they just unclip my bag and they just take off. In Southeast Asia, I've been to Vietnam, I've been to Thailand many times, I've been to Singapore, and I've lived in Malaysia for over a year and a half. And now I've traveled to Indonesia, and this happened to me in Indonesia while cycling. Who gets robbed cycling? And if I would compare, let's say, Indonesia to Vietnam, Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia, it will probably be more on the dangerous side. Okay, and also Philippines. I'd say Philippines and Indonesia are far more dangerous countries to travel to if you're not careful. You can still travel. Some parts are safe, but just be very, very careful. The way I was robbed, it was so cowardly, and this is the worst feeling on the inside. Like I've been beat up before in my life. I've been called names. I've been told that I can't do this in life. I can't be that in life. That I'm stupid. And what else? I've come home with a bloody nose, busted lips, a black eye after fights. I've slept on the streets before, so not only once. Okay, I've been on the streets. This is awful. Getting robbed while cycling, and especially where you can't do anything. You know, you're hopeless. You cannot catch them. I want you guys, if you still don't believe me what happened to me in Indonesia, here's the name of the police station. Can you read that? Yeah. In a way, I'm happy to be where I am right now. I mean, I'm not happy, but with this theft robbery, I believe things could have been worse. I'll probably not even be here right now speaking to you to my vlog camera. But yeah, just happy to be here, even after what happened to me. You know, because there were a lot of alternatives that could have been bad. They could have injured me. They could have maybe disabled. They could have done something to me, and nobody would ever find out. You know, this experience is really, really shitty. And at the time that I was robbed, maybe it was a good thing that I did not catch one of them from behind, because things would have turned out real bad for me. both ways. Could have been good for me in a bad way, but it could also been bad. And also for the thefts as well, for the thieves also. Now, whoever robbed me, I don't know who it was, whether it was a local, whether they were foreign, where they were from Middle East, from Indonesia, from Europe, from Australia, from North Africa. I don't know who robbed me, but there's also a lot of tourists that live in Bali and have been there ever since the lockdown, and they don't get paid. The only way they can get paid is through crime. They steal things from other people. So North Kuta and Canggu area is the worst place to be in Bali, Indonesia. That is the best place to get robbed and mugged. Kuta in general, so Kuta, North Kuta, Canggu area, those are the places where you will get robbed if you're not careful, or if you're walking by yourself at 8 p.m. or cycling at 8 p.m. or something like that. So once the sun goes down in Indonesia, go home. And I cannot believe I just made this video. And this took me, I don't know how long it took me. This took me like, I tried to make this video like 8 times. Talking in front of this camera, but I don't know how to make it. Like, how do you make a robbery video? And I know this is a very unusual video. I don't make these type of videos, and I really hope I don't ever have to make these type of videos ever again. But I'm just grateful to still be here, to talk to the camera, and just be very careful, everybody. Be very, very careful everywhere. Even when you feel safe, you are not safe. I'm not saying like be paranoid about where you go, or but just be careful. I will start traveling again. I'm still planning on where I want to go, because US just became a red zone, like a high risk country, so I'm having difficulties to decide where I want to go. And yeah, but hopefully soon I will start traveling again. Thank you for watching, everybody. I wish you guys all the best. Stay safe, stay healthy, be happy, and always be careful and be cautious. And I will see you guys in my next video. Take care and bye bye.